Hi guys, this is my third video, or my third talking video, because I have my pic or my flipgram video. Alright, so this video I feel like it's a pretty important topic because it's something that happens to people a lot. In this video, I wanna talk about people who are emotionally or physically abused, and then people who are used, whether it's in friendships, family ships, relationships, or anything like that. So being used is not a good feeling. Whether you're being used for sex in a relationship or not in a relationship, whether you're being used for money or drugs or alcohol or whatever it is you're being used for, it's not a good feeling at all. And then if you're being abused, physically abuse is physical abuse is completely illegal. So that's not a okay thing. And then sorry, distracted. And then uh uh, and then emotional and mental abuse is not okay either because it's not emotional abuse can really mess a person up. It can mess a person up physically, it can mess a person up with relationships or just self-esteem or anything like that. And it's not something that anyone wants to feel. Take it from someone who feels like they have been emotionally abused and then someone who has been used. It's They're just not things that you should do to people. Would you like it if someone used you or someone like just wanted to hang out with you because you had drugs all the time or someone just wanted to hang out with you because you had money? Like it's not something that you ever want to feel. Sometimes I mean, it's great. You know, you have friends then, and sometimes those friends are really fun to hang out with and like really exciting and stuff like that. But at the end of the day, how are you gonna feel? You're gonna be like, wow, like, am I just not good enough to hang out with them and actually be friends with them? Like, do they even really care about me, or do they only care about what I can give them and what I do for them? You kind of wonder, like, who your real friends are and, like, who's keeping it 100 with you, or who's talking about you behind your back, and are they only friends with you because you can do this for them, or are they actually friends with you because like they want to be friends with you? It makes you wonder, like, it makes you wonder really, like, who's down for you and who's down for what you have. um so basically what I want to say is that do not let people treat you like you're less than them. Don't let people, run all or walk all over you, or don't let people take advantage of you for, anything, whether it's, to stay at your house or to take money from you, or because, you're always there for them. It's good to be there for people. It's really great to be there for people. That's how good people are. You're there for your friends, and your friends are there for you. But how about when you're always there for them, and then when you need someone, that they're not there for you? Like, it's just it's one of the worst feelings, feeling like you're basically alone in a relationship or friendship because you're always giving, 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 and then you're never like getting anything back. And I don't think that every friendship you're in, you should have to give something to them, and like everyone should have to give something back to you. That's not what I'm saying. Like, that's not what I'm saying at all. But I feel like in a relationship or a friendship, it should be 50-50. You know what I mean? Like, if you need someone to be there for you, then they're going to be there for you. And when they need someone to be there for them, then you're going to be there for them. And, like, that's how it should be in any relationship or any friendship. Um, but you should not, like, in a relationship or a friendship, you should not feel like you should not feel like, bad about yourself. You should not feel like, oh, like, if I was only better, then maybe they would actually care about me or actually want to be friends with me. Or maybe if I did this or I did that or something like that, something would be different or something, would change. Like, take it from someone, like I said, who feels like they've been in relationships where they've been used. And like, I used to joke around and say, oh, like, I should put like a money sign on my forehead, or like I should get a money sign like tattooed on me, because I feel like one of the only reasons people are friends with me is because I had money and because it was something they needed. And yeah, it was great because I cared about them, and I really, like, I loved them. I loved all of them. They were always, they were there for me when I needed someone, but sometimes it felt like I was always there for them more than they were there for me. And when I was actually going through really difficult times, like where were they? They weren't there. um so it's just like a really sucky feeling when it feels like you're giving your all to someone and they're giving like they're giving their half to you, or not even their half to you. Like they come around when they need something from you. And that's the thing. Those people are really good manipulators. They're really good at making you feel like you're really special, or like, you actually really mean something to them when they want something from you. And then when they don't want something from you, it's like, oh, they just disappear, and they just disappear and they're not around anymore because you don't have what they need anymore. So, and that really is like they're really just using you. And it's just it's not okay. It's really not okay to physically or mentally or emotionally abuse someone or use someone. If you're someone who is doing this, think about, the effect that it's going to leave on them. Think about, how it could affect their future relationships. They may not trust anyone for such a long time because what you've done to them, because of how you've treated them. It's gonna really destroy them. It's gonna mentally and emotionally destroy this person because they're gonna be like, wow, like someone else did that to me. Who's gonna stop a different person from doing that to me? How do I know this person's not gonna mess me up? Or how do I know that this person's not just gonna use me? And they don't know that. So it makes like trusting people really, really hard and really difficult. And so my point is, treat people with the respect that you would want. And treat people as if like it was your little brother or your little sister. Would you want your little sister coming home crying because like some guy used her for something, or because some would you want your little boy coming home because, some girl like made him feel like he was nothing because he didn't look a certain way, or he didn't dress a certain way, or act a certain way? Like, no. So you need to be someone that you want your kids to grow up to be. Would you want your kid treating a girl like she was shit and like she meant nothing? No, I don't think so. I don't think you would want your son to go out and treat a girl like she's just a piece of property, or she's just a piece of ass to him. Let's be real. Seriously, in this generation, like as you can tell the way I'm talking, in this generation, things are really messed up. People aren't even like real friends anymore. It feels like everyone's just fake friends. Like you can't really count on anyone, it feels like, but yourself. And that's like the really messed up thing, is because friends are like a really important part in everyone's life. You need friends, but you need friends who are gonna support you and motivate you and make you feel like you need positive people to surround you, not people who are gonna bring you down and make you feel like you're nothing, or like you're worthless, or you're less than anything, or people who, like I said, come around once in a while, or they'll check in on you, but like when you actually need them and try to talk to them, it's, oh, what are you gonna do for me? If I'm gonna do something for you, what are you gonna do for me? People in this generation need to seriously grow up. They need to realize that their actions do have consequences, but their actions also affect people in a really, really like serious way, and it could change a person into someone like they don't even completely know anymore. I feel like things need to change. People need to start being real again, not fake, and people need to start respecting other people and actually being wanting to be friends with someone because you like who they are and how they act, and not necessarily not how they look, but who they are as a person and what their personality is like, not because what they can do for you. And you need to just, if you're someone who's out there using someone, or you're someone who's out there that, if you don't actually care about that person, then don't mess with them, because they're just going to keep thinking like, oh, they actually do care about me, they do care about me, but really you're just with them because of what they can do for you. And that's not okay. It's not okay to use someone, it's not okay to abuse someone, it is not okay to make them feel like they're trash, or like they're nothing, or make them feel like they're not worth anything. So seriously, people need to stop. You need to stop using people, and you need to stop like destroying people because of how you may feel. Maybe you are going through a tough time, and maybe you yourself, like those people that usually do use people, it's because they're going through they're going through something themselves, and they're going through a tough time themselves. And I understand that everyone goes through difficult times, but that doesn't give you the right to make someone else feel like crap about themselves. Um, so sorry, I keep getting distracted. But basically, my point is that everyone goes through difficult times, everyone goes through stuff, but that doesn't make it okay for you to treat someone else like crap. And that doesn't make it okay for you to destroy a person in any way possible. If you have no intention of actually caring for that person, then don't be friends with them. And just then, don't don't even associate yourself with them. But if you actually genuinely do want to be friends with that person, then be friends with them and like them because of who they are, not because of what they can do for you. Alright guys, thanks for watching, and if you guys have any ideas for videos you want, just comment below, and alright, bye guys.